Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is how to beat mid blitz. This is always going to be relevant, especially at the beginning of the year. I know it's super late in the year, but it's still relevant. It's something that people ask me all the time. How do I beat mid blitz? How do I beat cover zero? I'm going to make this very simple for you guys so you never feel stressed out against mid blitz again. So, the number one thing that I see people struggling with is they don't put good routes on the field. So if they're sending six at you and they're hovering over the center and they're covering the running back manually, if you send everybody out on a route like this, let's say you do a concept like this, which is just like a basic flood. Well, tell me what's going to get open quickly. If the user covers a running back on the flat, the only route that you can throw hot is the drag. And if you want to throw your drag hot, then okay, fine. You might get like 2 yards, and that's not really going to do you many favors. So the number one thing is if you're going to send everybody out on a route, it better be labbed. It better make sense, because if you put a route combo like this on the field, you are going to be in for a long day because you're going to be throwing hot and not gaining much on your throws, basically. Now, you could make this better by, for instance, stemming the tight end all the way down. Now you have two routes that beat this quickly. The problem is it's going to the same side as a running back. So if the user kind of just like peels up like this, he can maybe pick that off. So he's kind of covering the running back and the tight end at the same time. So you need to have some awareness with the routes you're putting on the field if you're going to 5-out. So if you're going to 5-out, at least make it make sense. So here's a better idea. Stem the tight end all the way down. That becomes a throw you can throw on the break. Then we're going to swing the running back to the opposite side. What that's going to do is force the user over here. If he's late, you can throw the swing. If he's on time, then who cares? He's out of the way for the tight end. You can drag the slot receiver and then curl your outside receiver on the left. What that's going to do is give you a throw on the break. Anytime they're playing off man coverage, you can just throw curls on them all day. So this will be a better example. You can throw this tight end now because the user is not going to be over there to peel up and take that away. And then you have, everything else. You have the drag you can throw. You have the curl you can throw. Sometimes the swing if the user's late. It's just something you can do. Now, do I want to throw hot like this all game? No, absolutely not. But you just have to put thought behind your 5-outs. Like if you want to send a running back out on a route and you want to send the tight end as well, that's the kind of stuff you have to do. Now, here's my personal favorite way to deal with mid blitz, because I want to be in the pocket. I want to feel comfortable, and I'm just going to dismantle them by having time. So my favorite thing to do is call a play that has a delay block tight end. So this is bunch tight end, motion PA cross switch. This is the Houston playbook. And the reason I like this so much is because it is going to effectively pick up the pressure and it's going to waste a guy. So what I want you to pay attention to is the guy who is manned up to the tight end. So the safety on the right. Notice how he has to come down and respect the tight end. It's much different than a block, because let's say you block the tight end just straight up. Look at what he does. He now zones off and he can help in coverage, which is not ideal. So delay block is one of the best things you can do against mid blitz, because it basically extends your offensive line. You now have 6 blockers on the line of scrimmage, and it just picks up the pressure straight up, because all mid blitz is straight up pressure. There's no crazy loops, no crazy stunts. It's just straight pressure at the quarterback. So delay block tight end is something very, very good. Now let's take this a step further, because I'm going to show you how to put good combos on the field with this delay block tight end. So it doesn't have to be bunch tight end. Let me make that very clear. Whatever playbook you're in, I'm sure you have formations that have delay block tight ends. In the event that you don't, you can always just block your tight end and that'll be okay. Just remember that the guy who's manned up to him is going to zone off. So here's a good example. So what I like to do is actually untarget the user. So the way I'm doing this is flick up on the right stick and then move this flame icon to this guy right here, the guy who's usually manned to the running back, their user that they're hovering with. And what that's going to do is if they user rush us, you can put your running back on something like a wheel. So we'll go ahead and let's do a combo like this. You can put your running back on a wheel, and if he hesitates at all, well, guess what? We just throw that for a touchdown. Now, if they cover the wheel, that's okay too. And I'll show you exactly why. So let's go ahead and hover right here. We're going to untarget this guy, and we'll put a route combo like this on the field again. Well, guess what? The guy who's covering the inside guy on the bunch side is the safety. He's so far off, I can just throw him immediately. Look at that. We just got a touchdown versus cover zero. Very, very simple. Let's assume that that's taken away. Let's go ahead and move this guy closer. Okay, he just kind of went back to a spot, but just let's just pretend that he gets covered. So what you can do is just get to your other reads. You can be like, okay, flats covered, running backs covered. Well, what else do I have? Well, you have the post and you have the curl that you're going to throw on the break. And it might be a knockout, but it's not going to be a pick. And it's not going to be something that they user because the user is so focused with the running back wheel. Because if he doesn't cover that, that's going to be a touchdown. You can also get to your post. Your post is going to be good. Something that you could throw, bad drop, but you guys see what I'm trying to say, right? Like it's not hard, especially if you have a block tight end or delay block tight end. You're just going to pick up the pressure easily. If the he user rushes us because he's untargeted, well, you're just throwing the running back immediately on his wheel. Plus, you're putting pressure on that user to cover the wheel effectively to begin with. You don't have to assume that he's going to cover it perfectly because a lot of the time they don't. And sometimes you can throw the running back wheel, even if the user's over there. But you can make it simple by not even looking at him and just focusing on your other routes that are down the field. And then just to show you something a little extra, if you are in the Houston playbook, you do have this play called China Y post, which is really good because you have that halfback cross flat, which is very valuable against any kind of man coverage. So if you have this play, you have this route in your playbook, it's very, very good because you can just outrun the user if he's going to stand right here. Now, obviously, if you keep spamming it, he's just going to overcommit to it, but you can just block your tight end here. And at this point, you can do whatever you want with the rest of the play. You can do deep crosser, drag, comeback. This is going to be really, really good against mid blitz because even if they take away the cross flat, which you can throw and rack it very, very effectively, even if the user covers it, you have the rest of the routes too. Sometimes the deep cross is going to get open. You can also post him too. It's kind of interchangeable. You can throw the deep cross if it's open. You see how that safety does help on that deep cross though, because we do block our tight end. That is one bad thing about it. But you can get to the comeback too. Like if they're going to play cover zero, guys, you could throw comebacks and curls literally all game if you just block your tight end. It's really as simple as that. You could put B on a curl, stem him up, come back, drag. I know this looks like super stupid, but well, we're going to get time to throw both the comeback and the curl. What are they going to do about it? Nothing. So this is probably the easiest thing you can do to attack mid blitz if you want to have time in the pocket. Just block your tight end. I think it's better and more consistent than blocking your running back. A lot of people will be like, just block your running back, bro. Well, running back isn't going to be nearly as effective at picking up this kind of pressure because you're going to have somebody in his lap immediately. That's just the way mid blitz works, or double mug in general. When you block the tight end, you're just stopping the pressure at the line of scrimmage, and you have plenty of time in the pocket to make a read. So this is my favorite way of attacking mid blitz, just putting man beating routes on the field and comfortably picking up the pressure. It's by far the easiest way to handle this. So hopefully this tip was helpful. Drop a like if it was, and then make sure to subscribe. This is a channel I'm going to be posting on until next year and through next year as well. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.